Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming, and welcome to a quick performance test for the RX 570. So basically I got the card yesterday, I've installed it, updated the drivers, everything. And I was playing around with a few games to see what kind of performance we are getting with the RX 570. So I loaded up Witcher 3 and I thought I'll make a quick test. And what I did was, we are in Novigrad here. I'll show you the map. And we're outside this pub here, the 𝐁𝐮𝐞𝐭. And what I thought is I'll do a quick run from here through the square, up the hill, all the way up to the St. Gregory's Bridge waypoint. And I'll do this a few times with different settings and give you the results, and we'll discuss what kind of performance we're getting with the RX 570. The Witcher 3 is still quite a demanding game, so I thought I'll do this because it's also one of my favorite games and I've played this quite a bit. So in the past with different graphics cards I got different frame rates, and most of the time I never tried playing this on the Ultra. It was always on high, medium, high, and I was getting around 40-50 FPS depending on the area. And this is not a game that is where you need a lot of frames. Basically if you are getting more than 30 FPS, that's enough, because this is a console port and this is not a shooter as such FPS. So 30, if you're getting over 30, you'll have a smooth gameplay experience. What we don't want is frames to dip below 30. So that is what I wanted to test. Now, of course, if we are getting 60 or more, that's even better. So I'll show you the route that I'll be doing, and then I'll benchmark it and we'll discuss the results. So we'll start here. I'll start benchmarking here. We'll run through here. I wanted a bit more people here, but unfortunately it's not as busy as I thought. Like, we can run through here, up the hill, past the house. There's 𝐶𝐞𝐻's bathhouse down there, and we just run up here. You can see the frames in the top left. Past these people here, and we run past the boy onto the bridge.
My, what a freak.
And here. So this run takes about 47-48 seconds. And so basically I'm trying to replicate the same test so that we get similar results. Of course, busier areas with more effects in the background will tank the performance more, but overall I think it will average out, because simply a lot of the game is just dialogues, talking, and just, you know, moving around in the countryside, things like that. So yeah, the aim is to have the exact same scenario for testing and then using them at different settings. I'll just run around here a bit just to get some footage, and then we'll discuss the performance. So here we are with the results of our test, and I did 4 runs from the same route and on different settings. So first was on the Ultra with hairworks on, then it was Ultra preset with hairworks off, then I did one on Ultra with hairworks off and motion blur off as well, and then finally I did one with the high preset with NVIDIA hairworks off as well as the motion blur. And you can see the results here. On the Ultra with the hairworks on, we got an average of 59, 1% low of 45, and 0.1% low of 36. Now, an easy way to understand the 1% low and the 0.1% is basically, what this means is 99% of the time you'll get more than this number, so more than 45 frames, and 99.99% of the time you'll get more than 36 FPS. With Ultra and hairworks off, we instantly got 10 more FPS on average, and the 1% low went up to 54, so about 9 more, and the 0.1% went up to 39, so 3 more. So again, big improvement, and as you can see, the hairworks doesn't really do much apart from reducing your frames. Next was the one with the motion blur off, and we got almost identical results. So 71 for the average, 54 for the 1%, and 40, so about the same, is within the margin of error. Then I went down to the high preset, and in this one we got our best results obviously. The average went up to 85 and the 1% went up to 66. So even our 1% was above 60 FPS and the 0.1 was up to 43. Personally, I would say for a game like Witcher 3, Ultra Hairworks off is the best settings. You're getting comfortably over 60 average FPS and the 1% is 54, which is excellent. Now, of course, as I said earlier, this will depend on the scene. So if you're outside in the open with a lot of effects like wind blowing, water, fireworks, a lot of enemies, then it will be a lot lower. And if you're in closer spaces with few people, then the frame rates will be higher. So keep that in mind. But overall, like I said, with The Witcher 3, it's a slow-paced game and you are not really you don't really have a lot of action all the time, especially when you're outside in the countryside. You'll just be on the horse going somewhere. We'll be talking to people. There'll be a bit of combat here and there, so it'll depend. So I think this averages out overall. So I think for the results, I'm quite happy with the 570. We are getting very high frame rates at the ultra settings, even though the NVIDIA Hairworks thing is hurting us a bit. But again, that's an NVIDIA thing and it's not needed. I never saw the difference, much difference and much point of having it. So I would say turn off the Hairworks and Ultra. Ultra is good enough for this one. We'll get comfortably over 60 FPS and have a great time. So yeah, I'm happy with the performance. The Witcher 3 is still a demanding game. I've played The Witcher 3 on like different hardware, different graphics cards. And this is the first time I've actually tried it on Ultra, because in the past I used to get around 40 to 50 FPS on depending on the graphics card. So yeah, to get over 60 FPS average on the Ultra settings, that's pretty good. So yeah, that's a quick test. I like doing this sort of thing. I'll probably do more for other games as well, newer games and probably more demanding games, to see where this 570 lands. So far I'm quite happy. I think it is a very good card. So yeah, that's a quick look and thank you for watching. See you in the next one.